They say age brings respect, until a 90-year-old black woman walked into a diner and was told, "People like you don't sit here." Her hands trembled, not from fear, but from the weight of remembering how many times she'd heard those same words throughout her life. She reached for a folded Arabic paper, and the manager kicked it aside, laughing. But he had no idea the name written on that paper belonged to someone from his past. A chair scraped behind her as the moment tightened. The diner buzzed with the usual morning chaos, orders shouted, cups clinking, impatient footsteps tapping across the floor. Into that noise stepped a 90-year-old black woman, small in frame yet unmistakably dignified. She walked slowly, clutching a worn leather bag against her chest. A folded slip of paper poked from its edge, marked with delicate Arabic handwriting. She chose a corner booth and eased herself down. No one paid attention, until the manager turned, eyes narrowing. He stalked toward her like she'd broken a rule he invented. "You can't sit here. Move," he barked, loud enough to startle several customers. She lifted her gaze, soft but unwavering. "I only need a moment." "Not in my restaurant," he snapped. The room shifted, tension tightening like a rope ready to snap. She reached into her bag for the folded Arabic note. Before her fingers touched it, his shoe slid across the floor and kicked it aside. A few customers gasped under their breath, but no one intervened. The paper drifted like an injured bird, landing near a table leg. Her breath hitched, the smallest crack in her calm. She bent slowly, so slowly it hurt to watch, to pick it up. "Hurry up," the manager muttered. "People like you always slow everything down." A teenage server paused nearby, eyes wide. She looked from the manager to the old woman, clearly wanting to help, but fear locked her in place. The manager's presence swallowed the space around them like a shadow. The old woman finally straightened, the paper now slightly ripped at the corner. She smoothed it carefully, almost tenderly, as if it carried a memory too precious to lose. When she looked up, her eyes met the server's. A silent exchange passed, empathy from one, exhaustion from the other, before the manager's voice cut through the moment. "I said move. Don't make me tell you again." She held the table with one trembling hand, rising inch by inch. Her knees wobbled. Her breath wavered. Not from weakness, but from how many times she had lived this humiliation before. Her life had been a series of rooms where she was told she didn't belong. Once standing, she adjusted her coat. "I didn't mean to disturb anyone," she said softly. "You already did," he snapped. "Should have stayed home. This isn't a place for strays." The words hit like a slap. A couple near the window stopped eating. A mother pulled her child closer. It wasn't just the insult, it was the casualness of it, the way he tossed it like it meant nothing. She stepped toward the exit, bag pressed to her chest. The manager followed too closely, his voice chasing her like an unwanted echo. "Move faster. We've got real customers to serve." She paused at the doorway. Something inside her, something old, buried, but still alive, began to rise. She turned, slowly, deliberately. The manager froze mid-stride, irritated by the delay. "What now?" he demanded. Her voice was quiet, but sharper than any shout. "Your father never rushed me like this." His expression twisted into confusion. "You don't know my father." She spoke again. This time, she whispered a name, his father's name, in flawless Arabic. The sound carried across the diner like a sudden hush. Conversation stopped. Forks paused mid-air. The manager's face emptied of color. He stumbled backward, bumping into a chair. "No. How do you know that name?" She stepped closer. "He learned it from my brother. They served together overseas. I knew him before you were even born." The manager's jaw slackened. His bravado fell apart in pieces. The diner door opened. Two corporate representatives entered, scanning the room until their eyes found the old woman. They approached with respectful nods. "Ma'am," one said, "we've been looking for you. The board wants to speak with you regarding the ownership review." A wave of gasps rippled through the diner. The manager looked like he'd been hit by a truck. "Oh, ownership review? What is going on?" But the truth was already standing in front of him. She faced him fully now, standing straighter than before. "Your father honored my family. You dishonor him with every word you've spoken today." The corporate representative turned to the manager. "Effective immediately, you are suspended pending full investigation." His knees nearly buckled. "Wait, please, I didn't know." "You didn't care to know," the old woman replied. She slipped the Arabic note back into her bag, smoothing its creases one last time. It glowed faintly against her coat, a reminder of history he'd forgotten but she had carried all her life. As she walked past him, she said, "Heritage isn't a decoration. It's a responsibility." The diner remained silent long after she stepped outside. Sunlight touched the Arabic letters through her pocket, and the door closed behind her, quiet, final, leaving a lesson hanging in the air for everyone who witnessed it.